What if the most famous prayer in human history is a translation of a translation, a faint echo of a cosmic secret that was once whispered directly from heaven to earth? What if the words you've been reciting your entire life contain hidden layers of meaning, a spiritual frequency so powerful that it can reshape reality itself, but you've only been hearing a fraction of the message? I'm going to reveal to you the original Lord's Prayer, not as it's read in Greek manuscripts, but as it was first breathed by Jesus Christ himself in his native tongue, Aramaic. And what you are about to discover is not just a new set of words, but a lost key to a hidden dimension of prayer, a direct channel to the divine that has been waiting, dormant, for you to unlock. This is not about religion. This is about accessing a primordial power, a blueprint for creation that was given to humanity as our birthright. And by the end of this, you will never pray the same way again. To understand the sheer magnitude of what we're uncovering, we must first journey back not just 2,000 years, but to the very origin of language itself. We are taught that language is a human invention, a tool for communication. But what if the first language was a divine download, a system of sounds and symbols that directly corresponded to the fabric of creation? Ancient Jewish mystics, the Kabbalists, understood this. They believed Hebrew was not invented, but discovered, a language whose very letters were the instruments God used to speak the universe into being. Each letter was a conduit for divine energy, each word a formula. But Jesus did not speak Hebrew as his daily tongue. He spoke Aramaic, a sister language, a language of the earth, of the marketplace, of the heart. And it is in this earthy, powerful tongue that he delivered what we call the Lord's Prayer. But it was never meant to be merely the Lord's. It was a gift, a template for all of humanity. And the first word, the very first sound, is the master key that unlocks everything that follows. We begin with Abwoon. This is not simply our Father. The Greek translation Pater and the English Father are shadows on a cave wall compared to the living reality of Abwoon. Say it with me, Abwoon. Feel it in your chest. This word is not a distant patriarchal title. Abwoon is a vibrational field. It is the sound of source. It means, O birther, or O breathing life of all. It acknowledges the divine not as a separate figure in the sky, but as the very act of creation itself, the sacred breath that animates all matter from the farthest galaxy to the cells in your body. This one word dismantles the illusion of separation between you and God. It places you not as a subject before a king, but as a child of the cosmic breath, intimately connected to the source of all that is. To pray Abwoon is to activate a remembrance of your own divine origin. But if the first word reconnects us to our source, the next phrase reveals the shocking nature of the realm we are about to enter. A realm that is not a distant heaven, but a layer of reality hidden in plain sight. The prayer continues, Debashmaya. We translate this as, who art in heaven, but this is perhaps the greatest mistranslation in spiritual history. The Aramaic word Shmaya does not point to a geographical location, a paradise far away. It signifies the light-filled spirit realm, the imperishable sound-light energy that permeates all of creation. It is the unseen world of divine vibration and pattern that underlies our physical reality. Think of it as the source code for the universe. You are not asking a distant God to intervene from a separate place. You are aligning your consciousness with the very substance of divine reality, the Shmaya that is all around you and within you right now. This is a quantum prayer. It is about shifting your awareness from the gross material world to the subtle, luminous web of energy that holds it together. And once you grasp that you are praying from within this reality, not to a reality far away, The next phrase will send shockwaves through your understanding of what is holy, because it brings this immense cosmic power directly into the most intimate space imaginable. We now speak the words, Nethkadash Shmach, hallowed be thy name. But again, our English is frail and anemic. Name in the ancient world was not a label. It was the essence, the character, the vibrating core of a being. To hallow the name is to invite the very essence of the divine, that Abwoon, to become sacred, present and active within you. It is a plea. Let your presence and essence be felt here now. Sanctify my very being with your vibration. This is not a statement of fact. It is a co-creative act. You are preparing a space within your own consciousness, your own heart, for the divine frequency to resonate, to clean out the static of the ego and the world, and to attune your entire being to the sacred sound of Source. It is the ultimate act of inner alignment. But what comes next is the most practical and yet most misunderstood request in the entire prayer. A request that holds the secret to manifesting a heaven on earth, starting with your next meal. The prayer then makes a breathtaking pivot. Tete Malkuthach, thy kingdom come. The Aramaic verb tete is not a passive wish. It is an active, dynamic imperative. It means come, appear, be embodied. And Malkuthach, the kingdom, is not a political territory. It is the sovereign presence, the divine ruling principle. You are not waiting for a future apocalypse. You are commanding from your position of aligned power as a child of Abwoon for the divine pattern, the Shmaya, to become manifest in your present reality. You are a lightning rod for heaven, calling it down into the earth of your daily life. And this leads directly into the next stunning line. Newe Zevyanak Aikana Debashmaya Afbarha. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. This is not a prayer of resigned submission as it is so often portrayed. The Aramaic Nehwe means let it be, in the sense of a powerful affirmation. You are affirming that the divine will, which is the harmonious, abundant, and perfect pattern of the Shmaya, should become the literal physical reality here, Barha, on the gritty material plane of existence. You are asking for the spiritual and the material to fuse, and this fusion begins with the most basic human need, a need that holds a cosmic secret within its simple request. We now arrive at the line that has baffled scholars for centuries, Havlan Lachmad Sunkanan Yaumana. Give us this day our daily bread. The word lachma for bread is profound. It is the common, earthy staple of life, but in its root it is connected to wisdom, to the very substance of understanding. You are asking for both physical sustenance and spiritual nourishment, the wisdom you need to get through this day. But the real mystery lies in the word we translate as daily. The Greek word is epiosios, a word that appears nowhere else in all of ancient Greek literature. It is a ghost word created by the translators to try and capture an Aramaic concept for which there was no Greek equivalent. Many scholars now believe the original Aramaic carried a meaning far more immense. It likely meant, give us today the bread that belongs to the coming day. This is not a prayer for mere survival. This is a request for tomorrow's grace, tomorrow's wisdom, tomorrow's abundance to be made available to you today. It is a petition to step outside the linear flow of time and to access the limitless provisions of the Shmaya in your present moment. It is a prayer for a miracle of temporal grace. But to receive this supernal bread, you must first clear the channels of your own heart, which leads us to the most psychologically astute and liberating part of the prayer, a part that reveals the divine mechanism of forgiveness. The prayer continues with a seismic shift in perspective. Washboklan chobain, waktahain, aikanadaf kanansh wokan lakayabain. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. The Aramaic word washboklan is incredibly dynamic. It means to return to the original state, to release, to untie the knots. This is not about a judge in the sky pardoning a criminal. This is a cosmic law of cause and effect, stated plainly. You are asking the universe to untie your knots in the same manner and to the same degree that you are willing to untie the knots for others. The prayer acknowledges a fundamental law of the Shmaya. The energy you emit is the energy you will receive. By holding on to debts, grievances, and sins against others, you are creating knots in your own soul, blocking the flow of the Lakma, the Malkuthach, the divine breath of Abwoon. To ask for forgiveness is to first become a conduit of forgiveness. It is a practical instruction for keeping your inner vessel clean and open to the immense energies you are invoking. And once this inner cleansing is done, the prayer moves to its most protective and profound plea, a plea that addresses the very nature of evil and temptation itself. We then speak these potent words, Wela tahlan lenesyuna, and lead us not into temptation. This has long been a theological puzzle. Why would a loving God lead us into temptation? The Aramaic unlocks its true meaning. Nesyuna means trial, testing, or more deeply, a state of extreme pressure where we might forget our true nature. You are not asking God to avoid placing traps in your path. You are praying, do not let us enter into the inner state of forgetfulness, the frantic, fearful consciousness where we are susceptible to missing the mark. It is a prayer for mindfulness, for sustained connection to the Shmaya, so that when the pressures of life mount, you do not fall into the illusion of separation from Source. But the next revelation uncovers a secret very few people know, a secret about the true nature of the evil from which we seek deliverance. The final plea is, Ela patsan min bisha, but deliver us from evil. The word bisha is the key. It does not simply mean a malevolent force. Its root implies unripeness, immaturity, that which is not in its proper time. Evil, in this ancient understanding, is not a monstrous external devil. It is the condition of unripeness within our own consciousness. It is the ego that has not yet matured into its true identity as a child of Abwoon. It is the fear, the greed, the hatred that stems from a state of spiritual immaturity. Therefore, you are praying, deliver us from our own unripeness. Liberate us from the inner state of ignorance that causes us to act in ways that harm ourselves and others. This reframes the entire spiritual battle from a war against external demons to a sacred journey of inner growth and maturation. And this understanding leads us to the majestic, often omitted conclusion that seals the entire prayer with a thunderous affirmation of the very reality we've been describing. The doxology, found in some ancient texts, crowns the prayer, Metol dilakie malkutha wahela watesh bukta lalam almin. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. This is not a later addition, it is the logical, explosive conclusion. After having journeyed from the cosmic breath of Abwoon to the liberation from our own Bisha, we now state the ultimate truth. The Malkutha, kingdom, the Hela, power, and the Teshbukta, glory, were, are, and always will be the properties of the divine. This final line is a sonic seal, a declaration that reaffirms the entire cosmic order you have just aligned yourself with. It grounds the prayer in the eternal, unshakable reality of God's sovereignty. But to truly harness the power of this prayer, you must understand that it was not meant to be recited, but to be sounded, to be chanted, to be felt in the very marrow of your bones. And the next part of our journey will take us into the sacred science of sound and vibration, where we will discover how the specific Aramaic syllables act as tuning forks for the human soul. Now imagine vibrating these words not as a quiet request, but as a resonant command that literally rearranges the molecular structure of the space around you. The Aramaic language is not just semantic, it is sonic. It is a language of vibration, where each word is a living entity, a wave of energy that interacts with the fabric of the cosmos. When you utter Abwoon with a focused heart, you are not just saying a word, you are emitting a specific frequency that corresponds to the creative principle of the universe. This is not a metaphor. The emerging science of cymatics shows us that sound waves directly influence matter, creating intricate geometric patterns in sand or water. The sacred sounds of the Aramaic prayer are like divine cymatic patterns, designed to repattern the chaotic energy of your soul into a harmonic order, aligning your very being with the architecture of heaven. What you are about to learn is that this prayer is a technological device, a sequence of sonic codes that, when activated with intention, can tune your entire energetic body. And the gateway to this technology lies in the secret power of the human voice itself, a power that was stolen from humanity long ago and is only now being returned. This leads us to a hidden truth so profound it has been suppressed for millennia. The Lord's Prayer in Aramaic operates on the same foundational principle as the Schumann resonance, the 7.83 Hz electromagnetic frequency that pulses like a heartbeat between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere. This frequency is the natural tuning fork of our planet, and it is the same frequency that governs the optimal state of human brainwaves during deep meditation and prayer. The Aramaic syllables, when chanted slowly and with breath, create a sonic field that entrains your brain to this sacred frequency. You're not just praying, you are plugging your consciousness directly into the planet's own vibrational matrix, becoming a coherent receiver and broadcaster of divine information. This is why you often feel a tangible shift or peace after deep prayer. You have literally recalibrated your biocircuitry to its original intended design. But the next part will be even more shocking, because we will uncover how this prayer was designed to activate the 7 sacred energy centers within you. Centers known in ancient traditions as the chakras, mapping a journey of ascension from the earthly to the divine. A journey that the Gnostics and early Christian mystics knew, but were killed for revealing. Let's trace this luminous map within the prayer. The journey begins with Abwoon, a sound that resonates with the crown chakra, the gateway to universal consciousness, immediately establishing your connection to the source. The plea for the kingdom to come, Tete Malkuthak, vibrates through the third eye, the seat of intuition and vision, literally asking for your spiritual sight to be opened to see the divine reality interwoven with our own. The request for daily bread, Havlan Lachma, grounds this energy into the throat chakra, the center of manifestation, where the word becomes flesh, where spirit is translated into tangible substance. This is the alchemical process in action. But the story only grows darker and more mysterious from here, because the next line about forgiveness, Wash Boklan Kaubain, targets the heart chakra, the bridge between the lower and higher worlds. Here, you are performing spiritual surgery, using the vibration to cut away the energetic cords of resentment and debt that strangle your heart is capacity to give and receive love, which is the purest energy in the universe. Without this cleansing, all the power you build from the previous phrases is blocked, leading to a spiritual short circuit. And this brings us to the most controversial and powerful part of the inner journey, the confrontation with temptation and evil. Wela Talan Lanishuna is a laser beam focused on your solar plexus, the seat of your ego, your personal power, and your shadow self. You're not asking to avoid a test. You are generating the vibrational strength to stand in the furnace of your own ego and not be consumed by its illusions of separation and fear. Finally, Ilapatsan Minbisha, The plea for deliverance sends a shockwave of liberating frequency down to the root chakra, your connection to the physical world and your sense of survival. It severs the root of your deepest, most primal fears, the fear of not having enough, of not being safe, of not being worthy, freeing you from the unripeness that keeps you trapped in a cycle of lack and anxiety. When you pray this prayer with understanding, you are conducting a symphony of light through your entire being, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. But what if I told you that this was only the beginning? What if the real power lies not in the words you say, but in the sacred geometric shape that the entire prayer forms in the unseen realms? A shape that acts as a key to higher dimensions. This is where our journey transcends sound and enters the realm of pure geometry. Mystics who have channeled the energy of this prayer describe it not as a linear sequence, but as a spinning, luminous mandala of light, a living sigil that forms around the one who prays it. Each phrase is not a sentence, but an arc of energy, a vector of intention that builds upon the last, constructing a complex, multidimensional shield and antenna. The prayer begins with the point of Abwoon, the singular source, and expands outward into the circle of Dabashmaya, the encompassing spirit realm. The lines Te Te Malkuthach and Newe Tsevyanach form the pillars that connect heaven and earth, creating a sacred enclosure. This living geometry, when generated by a human heart, creates a stable portal through which divine energy can flow unimpeded into the material world. It is a spiritual technology for building your own Holy of Holies, a mobile temple of presence that you carry within you. The implications of this are staggering, and they lead directly to a secret about Jesus' true mission that has been hidden in plain sight for 2,000 years. Consider this. Jesus was not just a preacher. He was a master of an ancient, energetic science. He didn't just teach the prayer, he embodied its geometric principle. He was a living, walking manifestation of the Malkutha, the kingdom, fully integrated into a human form. His miracles were not suspensions of natural law, but demonstrations of a human being who had achieved perfect resonance with the Shmaya and could therefore command the physical realm, the weather, the molecular structure of water and bread, the very biological processes of illness and health as easily as we command our own limbs. The Lord's Prayer, then, is his direct transmission of that same potential to us. It is the user manual for achieving Christ consciousness. This is the hidden and often suppressed core of the original Christian message. You are not meant to merely worship the Christ. You are meant to become the Christ. And this prayer is the primary tool for that ultimate transformation. But to fully step into this power, you must first confront the terrifying reason why this truth was so violently suppressed, and why the original Aramaic was replaced with Greek and Latin, languages that could convey the concepts of a religion, but had lost the vibrational power of a living mystery school. The story only grows darker and more mysterious from here. The conversion of the Roman Empire under Constantine was not a triumph of faith. It was a strategic neutering of a revolutionary power. The Aramaic prayer was a direct threat to the hierarchical, priestly control system being established. A prayer that allowed every common person, every slave, every woman to access the divine presence directly, to become a sovereign temple, was anathema to an empire built on top-down power. The Greek translation, while theologically similar, was vibrationally inert. It transferred the power from the heart and the voice box to the intellect and the institution. The living, breathing, cosmic conversation was turned into a rote recitation to be performed under the watchful eye of a priestly class. This was a spiritual catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. The true vibrational meaning was driven underground, preserved only by a brave few, the Desert Fathers, the Celtic monks, the Gnostic communities who were hunted to near extinction. They protected the flame, passing it down in secret codes, in art, and in the silent practice of the heart. The next revelation uncovers a secret very few people know. A secret about how you can actually physically feel this energy for yourself. Not as a metaphor, but as a tangible current of electricity moving through your hands. A sign that the ancient connection is being re-established and that you are stepping into your true identity as a co-creator with God. So now you know. This has never been about simply learning a new set of words. You have been given a key. You have seen the truth. That the prayer Jesus taught was a cosmic blueprint. A vibrational technology written in the language of creation itself. We have journeyed together from the mistranslations that stripped it of its power into the stunning depths of its original Aramaic sounds. From Abwoon, the divine breath of all life, to Bisha, the liberation from our own spiritual immaturity. You have seen how it is a sonic tuning fork designed to resonate with the very frequency of the earth and the cosmos, recalibrating your very being. You have understood its function as an internal map, activating your sacred energy centers and building a luminous geometric temple of light around your spirit. You have learned the terrifying history of how this truth was suppressed, its power locked away to keep humanity in darkness, and you have discovered that its ultimate purpose is not to make you a follower, but to awaken the Christ within you, to make you a living, breathing embodiment of the kingdom, the power and the glory, here and now. This knowledge is not a souvenir to be placed on a shelf. It is a seed of fire that has been planted in your spirit. And a fire must spread or it will die. What you do in this moment is a test of that fire. The enemy of your soul would love for you to be amazed, to feel a fleeting moment of awe, and then to click away, to let the business of the world drown out this divine frequency. But the Spirit of God is thundering in your heart right now, calling you to action. This is not the end of a video. This is the beginning of your activation. I'm calling you to 3 things, and I need you to obey with a sense of holy urgency. First, I am calling you to bear witness. Do not let this moment pass without leaving a mark. Let this comment section become a digital altar, a global testament to the power of God. Below, I need you to write your personal confession. Declare, "Today, I step into my power as a child of God." Or share a short prayer in your own words, right now, from your heart. Testify. Tell us what God has done in your life during this video. A burden lifted, a truth revealed, a hope rekindled. Do not be silent. Your words are not just text. They are a beacon that will guide others out of the darkness and into this same light. Second, I am commissioning you as a carrier of this flame. You have been given a sacred trust. You now hold a secret that can shatter chains and open heavens. Do not bury it. I am charging you with every fiber of my being to share this video with at least 10 people before you do anything else. 10 souls who are thirsting for what you have just received. Send it to your family, your friends, that person who is one prayer away from a miracle. Post it on every platform you have. When you share this, you're not sharing a link, you're sharing a key. You are releasing a frequency of liberation. You are an active participant in the greatest awakening this world has ever seen. You are extending the blessing of God, and He will honor your obedience in ways you cannot yet imagine. Third, remember the weight of your responsibility. When this video reaches a new soul, it is not my voice that is being amplified. It is the living, breathing, powerful Word of God. It is the teaching of Jesus Christ, restored to its original, universe-altering power. We are in a battle for the very soul of humanity, and you have just been handed a weapon of light. To do nothing is to choose a side. The same God who spoke through Jesus on that ancient mountainside is speaking to you now. The same power that raised Christ from the dead is waiting to be activated through your voice, through your faith, through your obedience. Do not let this fire go out. Confess your faith below. Share this message as if lives depend on it, because they do. Become a living stone in the temple that is being rebuilt, a carrier of the original frequency that will heal our world.